There are people who want to lead us astray because they are non-Muslims, and they financially invest in people and in institutions to lead us astray. There are people who are hypocrites. There are people who are just ignorant. There are people who want to make money. There are people who want fame. There are people who have mental and emotional problems. They're not well. I know some people might not like the refutations, but it's part of the religion and it's part of the reality of this life. Everything isn't just happy-go-lucky holding hands singing kumbaya. Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wasalam ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome all viewers. Today I just wanted to record a new video because I haven't recorded one in a couple weeks. I wanted to update everyone on what's been going on with myself and the channel. And I also wanted to respond to some of the questions and comments regarding the last video that I posted, which was entitled, "To Those Following and Defending People of Misguidance." Some people were concerned that I had an issue with brother Farid from Farid Response, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And to begin, the reason I have not been recording anything is because I was sick with COVID. So the fact that I wasn't able to record due to being sick, what I was doing is I was going through an old live stream and I was extracting 1-minute clips from that live stream so I could continue uploading content even though I wasn't able to record anything new. And another reason why I was uploading 1-minute clips is because this seems to be the wave of the future in terms of social media. TikTok is becoming like the most popular app, especially amongst the youth. And not only that, but the other social media platforms have been adopting the format of TikTok. So for example, YouTube has YouTube Shorts, Instagram has Instagram Reels, and Facebook now advertises Instagram Reels on your newsfeed. So we can see that this is the direction that social media is heading, these 1-minute clips. So basically all I was doing is I was watching this live stream that I did, and if I came across a segment that I thought would be beneficial to upload, that's what I did. So I already had 3 clips uploaded, and then there was one segment of this live stream where there was an individual who was spamming the chat, and he kept criticizing me and bringing up the fact that I had refutation videos on my YouTube channel. And he was bringing up stuff from months and years ago, and he just wouldn't stop. So basically I responded by saying, SubhanAllah, people are amazing, man. People are really amazing. You know what's amazing? It's how people, they get so worked up over these personalities that they love. They look at these individuals and they love them so much that if you criticize them, it like breaks their heart and they get so mad. But when that said individual is misguiding people, is speaking ill about countless scholars, they're leading people astray, that doesn't bother them. You criticize this public individual, oh, they get so mad. But all the damage that person is doing in terms of misguiding people and misrepresenting the religion and poisoning people's iman, mashallah, they have no problem with that. And I figured that that might be beneficial to upload because it really is important that we prioritize the religion of Islam. We prioritize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the revelation that he sent to his Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam over personalities, over people who are just living today who make mistakes. Because one thing that I've noticed over the years is that in one hand, we have the preserved religion of Islam. We have the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. We have the companions who held so tight onto those teachings. We know how bad it is to innovate. We know how innovations lead people astray. We know how people came after the time of the Prophet ﷺ and they spread misguidance. They call people to other than what the companions and the Prophet ﷺ were upon. So in one hand, we have the preserved religion of Islam. And then on the other hand, we have just human beings who were living hundreds of years later. We teach about Islam, we talk about Islam publicly, but we make mistakes. And one very, very disturbing thing that I've seen over the years is there are people who will prioritize individuals and they will be more concerned about their reputation than the religion of Islam, than the preserved teachings of the deen. And to me, that is just so disturbing. It's so frustrating. I feel like it is impossible in this day and age to learn about Islam, to preach about Islam without, at some point or another, warning against people of misguidance. Because there is so much misguidance out there. Not only has social media opened the doors to anybody posting anything, talking about the religion of Islam in any way that they want, but there is also a concerted effort of certain institutions, certain individuals who aren't Muslim, who want to lead people astray. So I don't see how it is possible In this day and age, to really call to the truth and give da'wah, enjoin good and forbid evil, without, at one point or another, warning against certain falsehood. And yes, that means at certain points, you're going to have to warn against certain individuals. I understand that can be frustrating for people, that can be stressful for people. And yes, there is a hizb, there is a group that goes to an extreme in terms of their refutations and boycotting. But I think it's quite clear that if you really look at my videos and the refutations I have been involved with, they are against very clear, blatant deviations. And we only called out people who showed a consistent pattern of such behavior. And we have never associated with that hizb that goes to an extreme with their refutations. We don't claim to be a part of their hizb, and they wouldn't claim us. So anyways, this leads me to our brother Farid. So as I was putting together this 1-minute clip, I really wanted to add a clip from one of Farid's latest videos, because he was recently in a position where he refuted somebody who was clearly calling to misguidance. And the way that he closed his video, I thought it was so beautiful, and it was so heartfelt, and it mirrored so many of the same sentiments that I've felt. However, when I condensed it to a minute, I had to edit so much out that many people, they didn't really understand the context. So in order to avoid any confusion, I just took that video down and I figured I would make this video further elaborating. And I do want to show some public support for Farid. Because when you are in a position like myself and Farid, where you're in the public sphere, you're giving da'wah, there are lots of people who contact us for various reasons. Some people, they're dealing with personal issues. Some people are confused. Some see other people calling to misguidance openly, and they want us to refute them, because this is part of our deen. If this isn't done, then people can be left confused and they can be led astray. So for months, there were people in my comments talking about a particular YouTube channel where this guy was coming up with all of these crazy, outlandish interpretations of the Quran. And his channel was steadily growing and growing. Now, Farid was also getting messages. Now, when this happens, there are a lot of factors to take into consideration. Number one, how big is this channel? Is it really worth refuting them? How confused are people by what this person is saying? Now, by and large, by default, we would much rather just ignore these people. When you get into these public back and forths with people, it's very stressful. It takes a lot of time and energy. And when you have to sift through somebody's work when they are completely misrepresenting the deen, it's infuriating. So Farid, to spend all this time and energy sifting through this individual's work was difficult. And then to engage publicly in this sort of back and forth, it's difficult. But it's something that has to get done. If it doesn't get done, then it just leaves the door to misguidance wide open. So in closing, I want to play the full clip of Farid's final thoughts. And I want you to really think about what he's saying, because you can tell that he's reached this point where it's like, what's going on? Where are we as an ummah where such blatant misguidance can be put on public display and promoted, and people actually fall for it? People actually can't just tell that this person has no clue what he's talking about. He has no business speaking about Islam. Why is it that such people actually start gaining a following? Month after month, their subscribers and views grow and grow. And we get more and more messages about the confusion that they're spreading. It's because people are becoming more and more completely disconnected from actual knowledge, from actual scholars. People are coming more and more disconnected from Allah and from Islam. And I loved how heartfelt Farid was, because he's just saying, like, there's only so much he can do. There's only so much we can do. It's really not fair for people to act like myself or Farid, like we are the ones that have to refute everyone. We need other students of knowledge to carry some of this weight. And we also, as a community in general, we need to take knowledge more seriously. We need to take practicing our deen more seriously, so that we can't be so easily led astray. There are people who want to lead us astray because they are non-Muslims, and they financially invest in people and in institutions to lead us astray. There are people who are hypocrites. There are people who are just ignorant. There are people who want to make money. There are people who want fame. There are people who have mental and emotional problems. They're not well. I know some people might not like the refutations, but it's part of the religion and it's part of the reality of this life. Everything isn't just happy-go-lucky holding hands singing kumbaya. So I just wanted to make that clear. I appreciate Farid's work. He does very important work. And I'm going to close by playing the full segment of his final thoughts after his most recent back and forth. May Allah bless him. May Allah guide all of us to the truth. May Allah keep us firm upon the truth. And may Allah give all of us a good end. Allah knows best. jazakumAllahukhairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alright, so I'd like to end this video speaking from the heart, guys. Now that I've presented my material, my information, my thoughts, now it's time to speak from the heart. Alright? I wasn't supposed to make this video. You're not supposed to be confused by Achan's claim that Allahumma means a statement of shirk, or that we've been cursing ourselves for 1,400 years. You're not supposed to be falling for that. And if you were duped into this, and there's a problem, and that's because of your disconnection from ilm, it's because of your disconnection from Islam, it's because of your disconnection from traditional scholars and from the books of scholars and through ilm in general, and from ilm in general. And this is a major problem. And you should never fall. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how anyone could fall for this stuff. I'm looking into his comments, and people are accepting this stuff, and it's wild and it blows my mind. And time is now. This is the time to start taking ilm seriously, to start taking your religion seriously, so that you don't fall for stuff like this. In regards to Hani Achan, I sincerely believe that he is not sincere in his claims. He's distorting the Quran intentionally. He's claiming that he's finding something that no one else has ever found. He's claiming that Arabs have absolutely lost their language, and he's uncovering it, that verses in the Quran are revealed about his friggin' channel, and you guys are falling for this? Hey guys, I can't help you. I'm not going to help you. This is going to be the last video in which I respond to something, to a ridiculous claim that he makes, with me being serious. I'm not going to take any of this stuff seriously. And you shouldn't either. A'udhu billah. What have we come to? You know why ulama don't respond to this? Because it's so stupid, so ridiculous, so baseless. And they feel that responding to this stuff gives it weight. And that's how I felt when I first started this. Just I'm reading the comments, my mind is blown, and I was like, okay, I need to do something about this. But this is the first and last time. I'm never going to take this stuff seriously. Subhanallah. That's it. I have nothing else to say. And may Allah have mercy on you.